So you've got nobody in the waiting room?
No, they just have to put the B12 in to get them.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, well, I didn't. I just went straight to that link.
Awesome. Okay, hello everybody, and I'd like to welcome Roseanne, my co-host for tonight, and I may call on Karen, who's a guru in a lot of these areas. And Roseanne, why are you a guru and being a presenter tonight? What do you do for a living that, if these people know about it, will make their life easier?
Well, I work with the bodies doing Bowen, Emmett and tissue salt therapy, as well as the oils, our wonderful doTERRA oils. And it helps to work on the parasympathetic nervous system, which allows the body to start to heal on its cellular levels.
Beautiful. And Roseanne is magic. I've been to her only a couple of times because she lives too far away. So what's my claim to fame? I've been with doTERRA 8 years in a week or two's time, because I love natural products, because our health is our wealth. If we don't have health, then we have a whole lot of worries, and using the doTERRA range can really support our health. I had health challenges a few years ago, and my favorite shape is a circle. And then I want to know the cause, not just take some pills and potions, but I want to know the cause and how I could help my body heal itself. And to that end, in the big circle that I went in, I ended up training as a hypnotherapist. I have a diploma of nutritional leadership, and I'm also an NLP coach and an essential oil specialist. So I'm coming at the body from mind, body and soul. So tonight we're having a look at hormones. It says women's health and hormones, but no doubt we'll sneak a little bit of health for teenagers and men, because the hormones impact all of us. They're pretty important things. So let's see if I can move this. No, that's why I usually don't use that one. Okay, here's an arrow. Let's do that. Okay, I'd like you all to grab a piece of paper and jot these down for yourselves. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being no unwanted symptoms and 10 being out of control, how's your monthly cycle? And if peri or post-menopause, how are your symptoms? What are your symptoms? And then there's a few other areas of hormonal balance that may be difficult for you. So hyper or hypothyroid, that was one of my issues. Adrenal fatigue, being guilty of that one too. Difficulty losing weight, mood swings, trouble sleeping, infertility, poor memory. Pardon? Who are we? What are we here for? Type 2 diabetes. But also other things that we've been mentioning this week, the protruding tummy, that can be a issue with from hormones as well. Roseanne, no, this is mine. So our female reproductive system, most of us sort of know where that's located, but it's made up of a whole lot of things. You know, the ovaries, the fallopian tubes, the uterus, the cervix, the external genitalia, our breasts, and they work closely with other symptoms, especially the endocrine system. And this ovaries secrete estrogen and progesterone, which are crucial for fertility, but also play a key role in our emotional balance and our physical health. Nutrition and hydration directly impact the production of these hormones. Back to that first sentence, the endocrine system, it is the one that is really disrupted by what we use in our bathrooms, in our skincare range, but also washing our hair, washing our bodies, but also what we clean our house with. That's what started me. When I learnt that, that started me down this road of going all natural in all of those products. Is that true for you too, Roseanne? Because I remember one of your main issues, not issues, goals was to go low tox or no tox in your home.
Yeah, well, low tox is good because you can't get complete no tox. But yeah, mine was started off with my toothpaste, with all the baddies in the toothpaste. So that's what started me to realise what was actually happening. And then with a lot of women that were having breast cancers, and so from the nasty byproducts in the underarm, deodorants, perfumes, all that stuff. So I think it took me about 7 months to get down to a low tox, which is pretty good, really.
Back to that toothpaste story. I was horrified, and I think Karen was probably at the same talk that I was at, where this farmer stood up and he said when he runs out of rat bait, he just buys cheap toothpaste, chops the end off and puts that around the shed because it works well at killing off the rats. And I was like, what? We're putting that in our mouth. And yes, that was a big...
Actually, I forgot about that. That's true. Yeah.
Big impact, a big motivator for me to go low tox. Okay, lifelong vitality. Okay. Did I mess the numbers up when I put them there? Are you talking about this one, Roseanne, or me?
I am, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So lifelong vitality. So as you know, we all need to have those extra vitamins and minerals in our diet because our soils are very low in them at this stage. So therefore it doesn't come through into our produce that we eat. And so our bodies, and because of the toxicity, not only within the air that we breathe, but with other stuff as well, we don't get enough of what we need. And just for one very good reason. So with our 3 lovely supplements that we have, if you would like to know how awesome they are, and I've tried it, so I was told that the way to tell whether a product is true to its form, so whether it's synthetically made, like a lot of people have trust issues, is to put them in the oven. And if they melt or if they change, then they are not the real deal. So try and put your, if you wanted to put them in the oven and they don't change. They stay exactly the same as they were when they're not. So that to me pretty much stated that they're 100% what the company is telling us they are. So as you can see, we have the Omega complex, which is all our lovely oils that we need. So they tell us that our fish oils, which is our omegas 3s, 10s, 8s, isn't really that great for us from other sources because of the way that they're farmed, the way that they're produced. We know that doTERRA do our the oils really well. So That one to me was really good. The CRS Plus, which is our cellular vitality complex, that I don't know how to put that, but that actually helps the mitochondria, I think they are, to come through and allow the cell to open, so it takes in all the vitamins and minerals that we get from the microplex. So they've all been balanced to help each one. Now, when I first started taking them, I was taking the recommended dose, which I found was too hard on my body. So I just took it back to a half dose, which worked really well. And then I found, like, I didn't order them the next month. I ran out and I found out that I really desperately needed them. So, and they did make a really good effort on them. The other thing that really got me intrigued with them was they had a statement that said that if you didn't get a result within the 30 days of taking them, that they would give you your money back. Well, I never actually found out if that was correct or not, because I actually got the benefit that I needed. The other thing that I'm liking about them now is that when you purchase them, you can also purchase up to 3 other products at a greatly reduced price. So there's benefits all the way around for those.
Yes. Bone nutrients. This is an amazing product, and it's great for both men and women, so that our bones are strong, but also it helps with our overall health as well. And if you have weak or fragile bones, or you've had a fracture, or even for growing kids that are growing, they're really good. I tested these out a couple of years ago. I broke this bone and had it plated, and I got some bone nutrient. And when they x-rayed this at week 5, they always say it takes 6 weeks for things to heal, bones to heal. At week 5, they couldn't even see where it had been broken. The nutrients had helped my body heal that bone so well that the doctors were like, we're confused. What? It doesn't even look like it's been broken. So that was pretty awesome. Then the other one of this trio is the phytoestrogen complex. And as we're talking tonight, how many symptoms you can have when your hormones are unbalanced. And this phytoestrogen gives the right nutrients, or the right nourishment to your body, so that the hormones are balanced. So if you have an imbalance to a deficiency, it'll help top them up. But if you have too much of different parts of your hormones, it'll help bring that down. So it's just an amazing, amazing balancer. The next one is, actually, I haven't used Rose for a while. I went through bottle after bottle after bottle for several months, and then I've sort of backed off a little bit. I love to put it over my heart, behind my ears. I love the aroma. But also I think I liked it because it gave me that emotional balance, and I felt more open and confident, but in a quiet, gentle, I didn't have to prove anything. It was just confident in every cell. It also helps relieve any menstrual discomfort and promotes regular ovulation, and also boosts your libido. And it just smells flippin' awesome.
It also helps to reduce my anxiety and stress levels too.
Thank you for that. Yes, because she is a super calming essential oil. Talk about super calming. Is this one? This one's one of your favourites. Because I've got my order all messed up, I think.
What do you mean you got them all mixed up?
No, up here.
Oh.
I was all organised with the list of who's doing what. So fire away, Roseanne.
Okay, so Clary Calm I never liked when I was first using it, but with the magic, what would you call it, blend of oils that are in it, works really well at helping women overcome. I mean, I suppose men can use it too, but I've never actually, actually given it to men. But I found that, so using it for a month, not just when you have your periods, but, using it for that whole month, like rubbing it on your stomach, reduces the cramping within the, how you get, and it also helps with the heaviness as well. So it keeps your menstrual cycle, like using it regularly for about 6 months, helps the menstrual cycle regulate. And it all so as you get older, you have your hot and cold moments that helps that as well. So you don't get those big swings. So, like, oh, I'm hot. No, now where's the fan? And then, no, I'm cold. So it stops that as well. Well, it helps to stop that. I've also noticed that you get, like, oh, I'm crying. Now I'm angry. Crying angry. It helps to stabilize the mood swings as well. And I'm trying to find what oils. I wasn't prepared as much, but I think there's bergamot. Clary sage is the major one I know. I'm not too sure if there's lavender in there as well, but I do know it's an awesome blend.
And there is a lot of women that buy it mainly for that last one, the mood swings, that hubby or their teenager has, and they get the right coloured pen and they colour in the WO, and so that it's doTERRA men's blend, and it really helps them heaps. But that was a great secret that you shared there, Roseanne, in that use it daily.
Use it daily
out the month, and then that helps balance your hormones.
Yeah, it just puts it in. I found that using it daily for 6 months helped immensely.
But
and I was quite surprised too. So after the 3rd month, I think, I then diluted the bottle down. So instead of using the full bottle, I diluted it down, and it lasted me a lot longer, but I seemed to have a better effect from the dilution.
That's a good point, because it's a concentrate, isn't it?
Yes, it is a concentrate.
I would be inclined to get some more 10 ml rollers and divide it into at least 4 and top them up with coconut oil, or even
I found that doing the putting them into 3, so out of 1 bottle I got 3. And I found that was more beneficial than using the oil straight away. But then again, I never had really heavy cramping pains as well, so not too sure how that would go with other.
And Clary Calm is great for teenagers right through to postmenopausal women. And you might go, well, hang on, I'm not menstruating anymore. but you still have hormone cycles, and that keeps it.
Oh, you still have your mood swings.
Yep. And so that just helps to balance those out, and just to keep all of our hormones working properly.
Mm.
So the endocrine system, see, I told you this was my favorite area. So the endocrine system is a bit like the orchestra conductor, and keeping everything moving and balanced, and so that the music that comes to you is enjoyable, not harsh. And that's why it's very important to keep your endocrine system balanced. It's a system of glands that produce and send hormones to targeted organs and tissues via our circulatory system. And essential oils are very beneficial since they circulate in the same way and profoundly benefit the cells that it comes across. Care for your liver. A healthy liver functions underpinning your hormone balance. So drink plenty of water with either lemon or the Slim and Sassy essential oil in them, and also uses endocrine. You can either order them in a soft gel from the States, or get the oil in Australia and put it in your own capsule. Your pancreas, because that Slim and Sassy is just so amazing for a whole lot of our systems. And it supports your metabolism, also helps you regulate the blood sugar, and also release any excess water, because a lot of people become quite prone to puffiness and retaining fluids. Care for your adrenals, which are just at the groove above our hips and towards the back. Magnolia is a great one for those, because magnolia is very calming. And so if you use that twice a day, and then the Mito to Max capsules nourish our adrenals and support them. And so what affects our adrenals these days? Our stressful life, our busyness. It uses up our what our adrenals produce, and if we're not supporting our adrenals, then we can end up with fatigue, and then that impacts other parts of our endocrine system. Care for our thyroid. Actually, we're going to give you the recipe here as well. I was going to say, get ready to take notes. In a roller, combine 10 drops each of clove, myrrh, frankincense and lemongrass, and top of that with fractionated coconut oil, and apply to your thyroid area 3 times a day. Personally, that blend is a bit strong for me, so I would do 5 drops of each and top it with fractionated coconut oil, because I'm a little bit delicate here and my skin is prone to going red. So let's look at these a little bit more. So your endocrine system, it's involved with growth and development, metabolism, nutrient regulation, and overall homeostasis. Homeostasis means keeping everything in balance. It's a system of glands that produce and send hormones to targeted organs and tissues. Like I said, like the orchestra conductor. And the essential oils are just brilliant because they circulate in the same way. So caring for your liver, we mentioned about having water, lemon or Slim and Sassy in your water, just one drop in every glass, or if you have a bottle, but make sure it's a plastic that can handle essential oils, then you would build up to a few drops. And use endocrine, so you can take the capsule daily, or you can add some of the endocrine oil into a capsule. And liver function, so a lot of that moodiness we spoke about actually comes from a shitty liver, so looking after our liver is really important. Roseanne, have you used Slim and Sassy?
I have used lemon sassy and it's really good. I myself don't like taking the gels or in the, because I don't know, I don't shake the water enough, I don't think. And when I put them into the soft gels, which is really good because then they go down and they slowly go through the system. However, I like this lemon sassy. I rub it on my stomach or on the back of my neck. Put it in a little roller bottle. Or I've got the little roller bottle things that you plug into the top, which work really well.
Smart and Slim and Sassy is also another good one. Put the fractionated coconut oil on your thighs or wherever you got the lump.
Oh yeah, and it gets rid of all the cellulite.
Yeah, so she's made magic oil for that. But the
and I think it's called Smart and Sassy on our webpage.
True. And I like how the group of essential oils that are in it really help us with our self-worth and feeling really good. And that's, I think, is a big component to helping people when they want to take themselves to their correct or the weight that suits them the best. It's much easier to do when you're feeling really good in yourself.
Oh my.
So this is one of my favorites, Mito to Max. I don't always take it on a daily basis, but if I know I'm going to have a super busy week, I will start halfway through the week before taking 1 or 2 Mito to Max, and that just helps to give me the energy, the stamina to keep me going without wearing my system out. And then Magnolia, she calms the adrenals, but she also calms me. So do either of you two know how Magnolia works on your adrenals?
No, I actually haven't had a look at the actual one for that. All I know is that Magnolia is really nice to use for calming, but it's also great because you can use it as a perfume as well.
Yeah, and I would imagine because of that calmingness, because I think our anger comes from our kidneys and our adrenals. So the Magnolia's calmingness would help that, because just looking up an app that I use, Magnolia's really good if we're having anxious feelings or the super low moods or we're lacking energy, but also if we're irritable or we have anger or rage, hysteria, panic, grief or shock. She's good at supporting us through those as well. And she helps our lymph system to keep moving. So any of those,
it's telling me here that the Magnolia or Magnon oil, which is the ingredient, increases the corticosteroid secretions, so therefore it helps the adrenals in that fact. So it's suggesting that the utilization rate of the lipids, so therefore it's controlling how much is actually coming out.
Okay, yep. Awesome. Thank you for that. Yeah, she's a magic oil.
Yeah, so it's telling us that it also suppresses the conversion of cortisols.
And cortisol's our stress hormone. That's when we're stressing. Yep. Beautiful. Oh, so she's going to help on our vagus nerve.
That's correct.
Stay a lot calmer. Very good. And this is the beautiful thyroid blend that I mentioned. I would only use 5 drops of each.
Each one, yeah.
And 3 times a day. Have it in a 10 ml roller and then just apply to there. Where's some acupressure points for thyroid? Do you girls know any? Can you recommend some?
Yeah, so on your thymus gland yourself, right? So find your sternum,
Yep.
and then halfway between that little knob here and here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your thymus. So if you push on that one, and you'll feel it.
Oh, she starts pulsing.
Yeah, so you'll feel that.
Ah, good. So if I wanted to still make that blend up at 10 drops of each, I could, excuse my feet, lovelies, but I could rub it through here, couldn't I?
That's correct. And I would suggest on the big toe, because that's your pituitary gland as well.
Yep.
So your pituitary gland actually helps with the thyroid production too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so this magic trio that we've been talking about tonight, that's the Clarican, the bone nutrient, and the phytoestrogen. They're available from the States. We have to do a US order. And some people go, since I've moved my banking over to ING Bank, I don't get charged extra fees for doing overseas orders. And if the banks, it is charged, they reimburse me. So that's pretty awesome. That's awesome. But even more awesome is if you've accumulated your points, you can actually get all of this for free using
our Australia points or overseas points?
Our Australia points that we accumulate with our loyalty rewards order. Yeah. And we can do it as a one-time only order. We'll have to pay the shipping, which is how much, Karen? 13?
It's supplemented, but whatever points we earn, even if it's through the States, if you did a 50-point PV order and still got all this other free stuff, you get points for your 50 points.
Yep.
When you do it as an LRP.
How much is the shipping from the States?
About 13 something, which
13,
whatever the conversion, or $13 or $15, I think it is. I can't remember now.
So,
and that's supplemented as well. They've actually subsidised a bit of that.
Yeah, I know. Whenever I've tried to import other things, the cost of postage is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So saving your points up, though, for how these change our lives, that's pretty inexpensive, really.
So Leigh, is that in US dollars or Australian dollars?
That is in US dollars. So that's going to be about 180 Aussie in our current conversion. So 180 Aussie, or swap your points and do a US order. So how do we do a US order? When you go into your back office, you have Aussie products with the button there. This would be for an Aussie order. Or you can click on here and it goes pink, and then you can do a US order. They're taking, taking some time. So if you live in Melbourne or Sydney and it only takes a few days for your orders to arrive, then it's going to take probably a week or two for your doTERRA order to come from the States. But with us living up here in North Queensland, it can take 10 days to 2 weeks for our orders to arrive. And the American order takes about the same time frame. So pretty special, I think. Okay, so what's your plan B? How do you get your products for free and help others? Or what's your side hustle to give you a residual income? So let's have a quick look at building a pipeline. So there's lots of three types of people that use doTERRA. There's those that want to live the wellness lifestyle, and that's why I started, and I presume that's why you girls started it as well.
Yeah.
But after that toothpaste experience, Roseanne had to go blah, 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 and tell a whole lot of her friends. So when the day she enrolled, she had a bunch of friends enroll as well. And so I would imagine fairly early in the piece, Roseanne was getting her products paid for, getting her products for free. And then by sharing it with even more, you can earn an income and make an impact. You know, that's what fills my cup up, is how I've managed to change people's lives for the better by just sharing products with them. So I was talking about hauling buckets and building a pipeline. So what the heck does that mean? So hauling buckets is like having a traditional job. You're trading your hours for dollars. There's limited advancement and earnings. The amount of work takes up, chews into your time freedom, but you're also building somebody else's dream. Whereas if you build a pipeline for yourself, then you can have true residual income. There's no limits of advancements, earnings, and the freedom to choose your schedule, and you're building your dreams. So why doTERRA? Because she's the most tested. The oils are the most tested and trusted in the world. There's, I think, way more millions of customers than that number. But the oils are used by doctors, and also they're used in hospitals around the world. doTERRA is the largest oil company, and she grew really quickly, faster than Apple. And I mentioned before that I've been in doTERRA for about 8 years, and that's the same for Karen, and then Roseanne will be 8 years early next year. So the retention rate is high. People just keep on keeping on for years. They create partnerships with the growers around the world, and this is what I love, because they're taking a lot of the oils grown in third world communities, the countries, and they're helping those communities to be stronger and more self-sufficient. It's privately owned and it's debt-free. So how do we make money? Well, my favorite saying is KISS, keep it simple, sovereign. So how do I keep it simple? We just sample somebody, we teach them how to use it, we enroll them, and then we support them. So what we're doing tonight is supporting people to learn more about the oils. So keeping it simple, Karen was telling me about the guy at Leadership who's the biggest income earner in doTERRA, and he just samples 2 oils, wild orange and peppermint. And I got thinking, and I got super excited, because how do I use wild orange during the day? I put a drop in my water bottle each day, because that helps my tummy to stay regular. And then I love wild orange in my smoothies or in some yogurt. You can add some to your cleaning spray. The peppermint, I love to put on the bottom of my feet first thing in the morning, a drop on each. And then my feet are clean after I've done that. So but I can go, and that just helps get everything awake and moving. I'm a bit familiar with peppermint, and I'll put a drop in a third of a glass of water before each meal, or to freshen my breath. But she can be a bit strong, so go steady with that one. Maybe a toothpick in first up, and then gradually build it up from there. Another one I love to do when like tonight, so because I'm needing my brain to focus, put a drop of peppermint there, stick it to the roof of my mouth, and I've learned over time to hold it there for a while. Otherwise you get the peppermint kaboom, and that's a bit too strong. So just hold it there and your body must absorb it. And then 3 o'clock fades, a drop of wild orange and a drop of peppermint, rub them together, cup your hand and inhale. And so what I do is just, I would give somebody 15 drops in either of the 15 drops of wild orange, 15 drops of peppermint, and put a label on them so they know which is which. And the 15 drops is going to give them 3 or 4 days worth of experiencing the oils. And this combination, I forgot to mention, the wild orange is the oil of abundance and peppermint is the oil of the buoyant heart. And who over the last 2 years hasn't needed a bit of a pick-me-up or a injection of happiness and enthusiasm?
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this. A psych I know that is also an essential oil guru. She diffuses that wild orange, and she had this big burly teenager come in one day, and she's like, "Oh, this is going to be fun." He walked in and he's gone, "Oh, that smells nice," because she had wild orange diffusing, and immediately he calmed down and was much easier to work with. And so wild orange is a great one to diffuse when the kids are coming home from school. So could this work for me? So are you passionate about oils? Do you care about people? Can you follow a system and get things done? So what's the next step? If you answer yes to all of those, learn how you can help your friends problem solve naturally with doTERRA. And that's what we do. We help people problem solve. So contact the person that introduced you to doTERRA, or contact me or the beautiful Roseanne, and we can help you get started. So girls, both of you, I want you to share a story with me as to how residual income has changed your life. Because I know, Roseanne, you pretty much have had your products paid for since you started. How's that impacted you? That's what saved you heaps of a fair bit of money over time.
Yeah, well, that saved, heaps, because it's all my birthday presents, Christmas presents. So I just buy doTERRA and give it away for birthdays and Christmases. Or if I have special clients, I make up some beautiful body scrubs and out of the products and give them away as well.
Beautiful. And Karen, does residual income change your life?
I'm not making enough. Yeah. So I need to, but so a lot of mine it goes back into, because I do markets and that. So, but it allows me to spend that extra money that I wouldn't have had. It would have come out of our normal income stream, I suppose. So yeah, it allows me to be able to buy those little bit extra. And like Roseanne, it's great for good and Christmas presents, and you're giving a meaningful gift. Yeah, it's not just smells nice, it actually does something, that whether they appreciate that or not, but you know that you're giving it with purpose and intention. So yeah, it's just got so many positives to it all. If I was making, I'd love to be able to making more, and that's the opportunity that we have for us all to be able to earn more. Certainly not earning enough to be able to retire on comfortably just yet, but you know, as I said, it's money that I don't have to find to be able to buy more product. So yeah.
And that's even if we get our product paid for, or we earn enough to pay the phone bill.
Definitely.
That has a big impact on our lives, let alone if, you know, many go through and replace their income. So whatever's right amount for each person is perfect. So
it's money I didn't have before.
True.
So try and take that out of your you're going to have to spend the money on a lot of the lifestyle products anyway. So why not buy them from yourself and earn, you know, also earn some money or get freebies. I mean, those freebies that we get through redeeming points are saving us more dollars. Yeah, so we forget
what was that one before? $136 or 180 Aussie, and you can get that for free.
Yeah,
How
Mhm.
awesome is that? I don't
definitely.
know any other company that gives me this many freebies.
No.
And suddenly you just know it's time to start something new and trust the magic of beginnings. So, any questions, ladies? Or, because you two are very experienced with these oils, what other tips would you like to add in to help the people that watch the recording?
Well, my tip is to trust your oil. So what I found was what worked for me didn't work for somebody else.
Yeah.
And I also have found that if I don't like the smell of the oil, then that's the oil I'm meant to have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for some wonderful reason, that's what it does for me. So if I'm drawn to the oil, then I know that that's an oil I need, but also one that if I have a smell of it and I don't like it, then that's the oil that I need. And for some strange reason, that works.
Mm,
I love their emotions
yeah,
specifically.
I was going to say,
Definitely.
in
For that reason.
those cases,
Yeah.
I usually look up the Essential Emotions app.
Yep.
And go, okay, what? Because that changes. You'd probably find this too, both of you, that I'll love an oil for ages and then go, ooh, or I'm going, ooh, it's an oil, and then down the track I love it and I want to wear it every day. Do you find
Spikenard was one of my sort of cringe when I smelt it, and it was one that grew to lump. I think I'd sort of grow to like most of the ones that I mightn't initially like to begin with. When I find out what their benefits and everything are, and I sort of think, oh, maybe I better have a bit more of respect for this one because I think I'm going to need it, So, yeah.
the one I'm in love with at the moment is the lemon eucalyptus that's in the
clean range.
the clean range. And I've then been putting the oil in my diffuser, and hubby loves it too, the clean range. He liked the smell so much. Every bench in the house got wiped down by him with the clean range. It's like, yes, bring it on.
Look, I've just got some ladies who still like all the On Guard, or my daughter didn't like the On Guard aroma, in the cleaner and that, but she absolutely loves the clean range.
Yeah, it's just so happy and
it's fresh, it's clean.
Yeah.
Clean, yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah. Okay, anything else?
But it's great, it works.
It does, yeah, it's brilliant. Even though my benches may be clean before we spray it, I know they just seem, whether it's the aroma, but the benches even look cleaner afterwards. So yeah, no, it's good. So any other tips, girls, or we can finish up?
No, nothing that I can think of at the moment. Thank you, girls.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you both. And I will, this is being recorded, so let's turn that off. Stop recording.